All right, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We are on Module 5, Lesson 6. Yes, Lesson 5 was a skipped lesson. We are on the right one. Today's objective is find the total volume of solid figures composed of two non-overlapping rectangular prisms.
Okay. All right, Miss Vanna, are you ready?
I'm going to try to be.
So the first thing we need to do is build and combine structures to find the total volume. So Mrs. Walking is going to be partner A and partner B. So the first step is to use blue cubes to build a structure that is 3 centimeters long.
Okay, 3. Oh, I think I'm ahead of myself. There's 3.
By 2 centimeters wide.
Oh, there's my 2.
And 2 centimeters tall. So the length is 3, the width is 2, and the height is 2. Ta-da!
Ta-da!
Okay, and in a separate location, she is going to build another structure that is 2 centimeters long using red cubes, by 2 centimeters wide, and 2 centimeters tall. So 2 centimeters on every side.
So 2 times 2 times 2,
Beautiful.
I believe, is 8 centimeters cubed.
So the volume of our structures for partner A, so the blue,
It's 3 times 2 times 2. So 3 times 2 is 6. Times 2 is 12.
so the first volume is 12 centimeters cubed, and
Our red one is 2 by 2 by 2. So 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8.
8 centimeters cubed, and she did the math. I just forgot to write it. 3 times 2 times 2, and 2 times 2 times 2. That is solving with multiplication. And then the next step is to put your structures together. What is our new volume going to be? So if I put together, what operation am I using?
I believe we ought to use addition maybe for this part.
So we're going to have
12 plus 8.
12 plus 8 equals
That would be 20 cubic centimeters.
20 centimeters cubed. So the volume for this structure is 20 centimeters cubed. And back to our objective, it says 2 non-overlapping. You can see that this top structure doesn't completely overlap the bottom, so it's 2 structures combined. The next problem is just using multiplication to find the volume. So Miss Purdy, volume equals, what was that formula?
Length times width times height.
So our length is 3, our width is 2, and our height is 7. So can you help me solve, Miss Purdy?
Oh gosh, let's see. 3 times 2 would be 6. And 6 times 7 would be 42.
42. And if you notice, we have a different label this time. It is not centimeters, it is meters. So our total volume is 42 meters squared. Oh, I'm sorry, cubed. The next problem is use multiplication to find the volume of 2 structures. So we have a top structure and a bottom structure, and I'm going to even label top and bottom. So for the top structure, Mrs. Walking, can you help me find the volume of the top?
Oh, that's a little harder. So our length is definitely 3. It's the width. Oh, is that a 5 there?
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's 5 because it looks like it's the same as our bottom, and our height is 2.
So the formula to solve for volume of the top is going to be 3 times 5 times 2, length times width times height. Miss Purdy?
3 times 5 is 15. And 15 times 2 is 30.
And our label is inches. So this one is inches cubed. The volume of the top structure is 30 inches cubed.
Why are we putting a 3 there, Mrs. Delahunt?
Well, because it is a 3-dimensional figure, so we have a length, a width, and a height, which is what makes it look boxy.
Thank you.
Okay, and our bottom, keep breaking my lid. Can you help me figure out?
Okay, so our length is 6. Our width is the same as our top, so it is 5. But our height says 4.
So length 6, width 5, height 4. Miss Purdy, can you help me solve?
Yes, 6 times 5 is 30. And 30 times 4, oh gosh, mental math, that would be 120.
Inches.
Good job,
Cute.
Miss Purdy.
So the volume of the bottom is 120 inches cubed. And the total volume, when I am putting two things together, I'm adding. So in order to solve for the total volume, I should do what?
We should add 120 plus 30, and I believe that would be 150 inches cubed.
So our total structure volume is 120 inches cubed.
Whoa, Mrs. Delahunt. It's not 120, it's 150.
Oh, we wrote the wrong number, didn't we?
Mrs. Dillahan, I have a question. Can we just take and multiply all these numbers that we see to get our answer?
Ooh, if I were to do, let's try that and see what we get. 6 times 5 times 3 times 4 times 2. Well, we're going to get 30 times 3
Which is 90.
times 4 times 2. Man, now we're down to 90 times 4 times 2. What's that going to give us?
Oh, that's 360.
360 times 2 is?
I've got to double that. Oh my goodness. 3 times 2 is 6.
Ooh.
And 2, oh my goodness.
So if we take these numbers and multiply them all together, we end up with 720. That is not the volume. They are two separate structures, so you have to solve them separately or you will end up with an incorrect answer. This right here is wrong. I am going to erase it. We are not using that. Okay.